All right. Oh, I love it when everything works. Aren't we so fancy now, you guys? We are like so fancy. We're so... Delvin, where you going? Where you going, Delvin? It's gonna be fine. Everything's gonna be okay. What's up, y'all? I'm Crystal. I'm the co-founder of the Tales of Forgotten Fiction Network, writer and director of Vampire Beginnings, and you are at the live listen show. That's what's coming up. And then right after the live listen, we're going to listen to episode 4. We're going to jump into the after show. We have 2. I'm like, hang on. There's an echo. Wait, hang on. I forgot shit was, it's like newbie mistake. I forgot shit was coming out my headphones. After show. What was I saying? After show. Yes, the after show tonight is hosted by 2 of my favorite people in the whole world besides my wife, Delvin Cox and Tara G. So if you guys have questions, it doesn't have to be related to just tonight's episode. It can be questions about the process of Vampire, anything related to the Vampire Beginning story, or just questions for the Tales of Forgotten Fiction Network in general. Shoot them to us in the chat or over on socials. We'll make sure you tag us so we know to grab them. I know, right? Circle webcam is so fucking fancy. It's so fucking fancy. It's great. 2 quick, like 3 quick housekeeping things. Like 3 quick. That was just like, who? You got amnesia tonight, motherfucker? Please, like, go. Listen, I'm going to bring it up on my phone right now. Look at here. You know what I would love? A review. I would love for, if you have listened to the first 3 episodes of Vampire and you like that shit, I would fucking love it if you would leave us a review. So grab your phone, because everything's a fucking app now. You can't do shit from your desktop. I didn't make it, okay? If I had made it, you'd have been able to leave a review wherever the fuck you wanted to leave a review. But these companies are like, no. So get on your phone, open your little podcast network, whatever you got. If you Android, you're winning. If you're Apple, that's okay. I'm playing. I don't care. You're on your iPhone, like whatever, Apple, I don't care. Just go to the app and leave us some stars. 5, preferably. I mean, be honest, but like, we all know 5 stars is best. So while I'm fucking rambling, you could just be doing that real quick right now. And we'd love your comments. And I can respond to comments now, which I think works. I don't know what the fuck comments are. I don't know what they are. But apparently Spotify does comments now. So you can do that. You can only review Spotify on your laptop. That's crazy. I should say that. Let me say that's wild. Trying to do better with my language. That's wild. I don't understand. Go off Spotify. Yes, review us on all the sites. Yes. If you listen to Don't Look, do the same thing. If you've listened to Legacy, please do that same thing, because you know how some of these Star Wars fans are. So if you liked Legacy and you haven't left it a review yet, now would be a great time. Just letting people know. You know how Star Wars fans out here showing their ass. So listen, if you like something, leave us a review. It's the best way to help the network. It really, really is, you guys. So most of our marketing right now, like 98% of it is just word of mouth and the algorithm recommending us. So leaving us a review, leaving us a comment, whatever podcast site you listen to, huge help. Cannot be understated. We absolutely love you for it. If you want me to personally send you a motherfucking thank you audio for leaving us a review, show me your review, Discord DM me, and then I will literally ramble at you for like 30 seconds and tell you how awesome you are. So do that shit. I'm bribing you for reviews. Actually, I don't think I can bribe people for reviews. I think there's probably some terms of service somewhere that says I can't do that. So just go leave us a fucking review. Just go do that. Apple, Spotify, for whatever you use. Your dumb toaster. It's facts. Then, I know I keep asking y'all to do shit tonight, but seriously, go sign up for Hallway 87. The newsletter is coming out so soon, guys. The newsletter is fun. It is fun. You will get exclusive little stories. You'll get cool little audio clips. You'll get cool little voice actor interviews. Just go to our website, scroll right. Like, you don't even have to scroll far. You like go to the website and then just and you'll see the cool little graphic, and then you just give me your name and you give me your email. You're done. It's free. I'm giving you all this free shit. So go sign up for Hallway 87 if you haven't yet. You're going to be like, Chris, I get too many email. I don't give a fuck. That's not what I said. I said go sign up for Hallway 87 because our newsletter is fun. Our newsletter, you're going to want to open our newsletter. Our newsletter isn't like a wall of text with a motherfucker trying to tell you something. And I don't email you every day. Nobody has time for that. You get Hallway 87 like once a month. Once we hire people, maybe twice a month. But every time you get it, you're going to love to open it because it's fun. So go sign up for Hallway 87 right now. Do it. talesoftheforgotten.com. You can do it on your phone because we mobile friendly because I'm a web designer. You just scroll down, put your information in, you're done. You're good. Pretty sure that's all the housekeeping. That's it. I'm so excited for you guys to hear this episode. Viewer discretion is advised. Tonight's episode is rated R. It is not safe for work. If you are listening to this via speakers, I just warned you. I literally just warned you. So I don't nobody at me later because I'm warning you right now that this is not safe for work. It is rated R. Put your headphones on unless you just don't give a fuck. And then that's fine. But don't at me if like your mom or your grandma comes in the room and she hears some shit and now it's real awkward. Don't at me because I literally just warned you. Turn it up for the neighbors. That's right. Or turn it up for the fucking neighbors. Like you could do that as well. All right. So we're going to listen to this episode and then the after show is going to be taken over by Delvin of the Delvin Cox Experience. Please make sure you guys are following Delvin over at the Delvin Cox Experience. The Delvin Cox Experience is an amazing fucking podcast. Delvin is one of our board members. He is just an amazing individual, and everything that Delvin does, we should support. And you should also go review the Delvin Cox Experience and sign up for his Patreon if you haven't already. He is co-hosted tonight with Tara. Tara is also incredible. Tara voice acts for us. Tara creates music. Tara is a close personal friend. She's also one of the Tales of the Forgotten board members. So is Alex. Shout out to Synaptic in the house, who's also a board member and a keeper of the tales and just a general VIP. But Tara's going to be co-hosting with Delvin tonight, which amuses me greatly. So we're going to have a great time, and shout out to them and a big thank you to them for going to hang out after this episode and ask all the good questions. Again, if you as fans have any questions for us tonight, please send them in. Would love to engage with you. All right? Yeah, let grandma hear it. That's fine. All right, I'm about to put on my headphones. Yeah, I'm going to say it because Alex would be so proud of me if I say it. Put your headphones on and let's begin.
This was going to be a dumb way to die, and I was so close. Damn it. There were knives in that kitchen. Why hadn't I taken one? Vugans were nasty creatures. They had 3 legs and 2 arms. Their faces were spongy, whiskery, 3 eyes, a mouth almost shaped like a human's. But they had 2 rows of teeth, far sharper than a vampire's fangs. It wasn't their bite that killed you. Oh no. If this thing reached me, it would beat me to death and rip me into smaller pieces so it could... Shit. I slipped. Damn my knee. I scrambled, looking for purchase. But all these damn rocks were so loose. No! It grabbed my leg, yanked me towards it, and that hurt like hell. I flipped onto my back and did the only thing I could think of. I swung the pillowcase, hard. There were bottles and cans inside, and I was rewarded with its sound of pain and a much lighter grip. I started to scramble backwards. Ow! Fuck! It recovered far too quickly. By the sun goddess, was everything stronger than humans? It slammed its massive fists against my chest, and the pain was terrible. I felt like I couldn't breathe. I reached blindly to the side, grabbing a rock and making a fist around it. I punched the damn thing in the face. I kept trying to punch it, yelling as I did. But after the third time, it just grabbed my arm, pinned it to the ground, and sank its 2 rows of teeth into my collarbone. Freedom sucked. It really, really did. I was going to die for it, for nothing. I'd accomplished nothing. She'd never know. I was furious. And I couldn't even use my other arm. And now I was being lifted into the air, and... that broke something. Yeah, lots of things broke. I wonder what they would say about me. Would they say anything? Alexa probably wouldn't give me 2 seconds of thought. She probably thought I was dead already. I hated that. Not that I needed her approval, of course, but I wanted her to see me as something other than a weak, helpless human. She was so fucking magnificent, and I was going to die, just like she said I would. You know, maybe the very simple lesson here is that men should listen to women more. I was going to pass out. It was still hitting me. I couldn't take any more. Wait. What was that noise? That was Alexa. She looked good. At least, I think she did. God, as I was nauseous. She was shooting the Vugan, and it... was it glowing? Did it have a self-made force field? Since when did a Vugan have that? Were all the books I've read outdated? Shit. Shit! I heard another. Oh, great. Now I was being flung over its back. It smelled terrible. Right, okay. I might have been fucked up, but I could still fight it. I just needed something to fight it with. I reached around it and jammed my finger right into its eye. Ha! Ha! Take that! It howled and flung me. Oh, fuck. Why was I so high in the air? Why had it thrown me so hard? She consumed me. That's what it felt like when Alexis Virus had you in her arms. Now all I could smell was her, and hear her hard breath, and feel her arms around me. And that hurt. Because, you know, things inside, broken. But I no longer cared that they hurt. How did you know?
Later, Rachel.
Wait, you're in sunlight!
Shut up!
Alexa, get out of the sunlight!
I'm working on it.
We were moving so fast. One moment it was hot sun and torrid air. The next I was in the transport. It was cool and dim. Wasn't artificial light great? She put me on the floor, but I could hear those things outside. Were they banging on the transport?
Warning, critical failure.
Computer silence. Begin diagnostics. Self-repair the moment the perks...
What are you doing?
We can't leave with those things tearing the transport apart. This is not a warship.
Can't you call for backup?
Just lie back, Rachel. I'll fix you when I'm done.
You can't go out there. Alexa, stop! Of course, she didn't listen to me. Oh, that stubborn, stupid woman did not listen to me. Computer, don't you have any weapons? Don't ignore me, you stupid, stupid machine! You've got to help her! Fine, I'll help. I tried to stand up, I really did. But the moment I tried, I passed out.
Put your headphones on, and let's begin. Pulled from the Tales of the Forgotten archives, we bring you Vampire Beginnings, Episode 4. Viewer discretion is advised. This episode is rated R and is not safe for work.
Yes?
She let the human go free.
Alexa.
Her transport is gone. If I had to guess, the human got in trouble and she's gone after him.
In daylight, at the height of the sun's power? By the goddess, she is stupid.
She has a soft spot for this one.
Why? Who is it?
No one. Just arrived with Clan Sora. But something about him got to her.
He either has something on her or he has a value that we've not seen yet. I'll take it from here. Well done, Isbay.
You honor your end. I'll honor mine.
Of course, of course. Alicia, come here. I've a new assignment.
Repairs commencing.
Alexa. The transport door was still open. She wasn't inside. How long had I been out? I had to do something. I tried to crawl forward, and there she was. Oh, thank the goddess. She fell into the transport. The strange translucent helmet around her head. The blood of those things on her. At least I hoped it was all their blood.
Computer. Give Regal control. Acknowledge.
Acknowledged.
Say your name.
What? Why?
Just do it.
Regal! Alexa, what's wrong? How can
Computer might...
She didn't finish the sentence. She just stopped talking. I hate to admit it, but I never felt so terrified. Not even when I thought I was going to die. I crawled over to her. Computer, shut the door! When I reached her, it took a lot of painful effort to get myself. She was breathing weakly. It sounded wrong. Raspy. Kind of like mine. Weren't we a pair? Except this was my fault. If she died from sun exposure, it would be my fault. Oh, you stupid woman. Why are you here? What would possess you to come after me? You should have let me die out there. I deserved it. I never meant for you. No. No. Alexa, you will not die like this. I forbid it. Computer, how do I remove her helmet?
Sun visor open.
This helmet protected her from the sun? What else?
Mistress Veras is wearing UV protection on her custom fitted.
It's in her armor?
Yes.
Then why does she sound like this? What's wrong with her?
Her suit is capable of blocking approximately 5 minutes of sun exposure when taking additional damage.
How long was she out there?
7 minutes and 38 seconds.
How do we help her?
The suit is equipped to begin a healing process for UV exposure.
Why isn't it auto... You know what, never mind. Can you activate it?
Yes.
What are you waiting for? Do it! Do it now!
Process commencing.
Will she be all right?
She is currently in a UV-induced
I
coma.
know that. Will she wake up?
Calculating. She has an 87.9% chance of making a full recovery.
Oh. Thank the sun goddess. Well, maybe not her. Whatever. You're going to be fine, Alexa. You hear me? Computer. I'm bleeding.
Yes. Would you like me to open the first aid kit?
That would be great.
It is open. Please refrain from moving Mistress Veras too much during the process.
Wouldn't dream of it. Computer. How far away are we from the Akashic Cave?
By kilometer or time.
Time.
We are 2 hours from your destination.
You're sure Alexa will be all right?
She now has a 91.2% chance of making a full recovery.
I wouldn't get another shot at this. And if I didn't get to that cave, I'd always be this weak, bleeding on myself, no use to her or anybody else. Take us there.
We are en route.
Report.
She's been located. I'm sending you the coordinates.
A moment. You are sure?
Yes, ma'am.
She is not to enter that cave. Do you understand me? If she exits that transport, kill the human and detain her. I am en route.
On your order, mistress.
It was the scent of blood that pulled me back to consciousness. I felt my fangs emerge, ravenous for the taste. I sat up, too quickly and was instantly nauseous. Ugh. Sun exposure was nothing to toy with. It wasn't my first time, but I did hope it would be my last. I licked my lips and looked around. The scent. Regal. He was on his side on the floor, an open medkit beside him. It looked like he'd taken pain meds. A lot of them. And done a terrible job trying to clean and dress the bite he'd gotten. I quickly moved closer to him, ignoring the hunger that clawed at me. I lifted up his shirt instead. The bruising pattern was concerning. Computer, scan the human for internal injuries.
Listing all injuries. The human has severe internal trauma. He will be deceased
Computer,
in...
silence. Go offline. Regal, wake up. Regal, wake up now.
What? Alexa.
Listen to me. I need you to do something you're not going to like.
You look nice.
Regal, focus.
What? What is it?
You're dying, but I can fix you.
Figured. Fucking vegans.
Regal, please. You have to drink my blood.
I've never needed vampire's blood. Never drank it before. No once.
That doesn't surprise me.
Wait. You don't want me to die?
No. No, I don't.
I don't want you to die either.
You saved my life. You could have killed me.
I would never. You saved mine. Hey, why didn't you just turn it on yourself, your suit?
I was going to pass out. You would have been defenseless. I needed to give you control of the transport first.
What? You're very heroic.
I am a fool, is what I am.
No, Alex. I'm fool. A very big fool. And I don't want to die with you thinking that of me. I'll do it. I'll drink from you.
I expected more of a fight.
Yeah. Those meds are nice. But I really don't want to die. Not like this. Not with you seeing me like this.
I know. You want to be my equal.
I want to be someone worthy of you.
What?
Hmm?
Never mind. He wouldn't need much. I split open the skin of my palm. Vampire blood affected those who took it differently. Truly, it depended on the vampire. Because I could heal myself as fast as I could, and I'd been blessed with strength, both of those attributes would pass onto him. For a short time. Enough to repair what was broken inside of him. Well, the physical parts, at least. I pressed my palm to his mouth, and he closed his hand around my wrist, taking what I offered. He looked at me the whole time. It was intimate, in a way. Involuntarily, I ran my fingers through his messy hair. When it was enough, I took my hand away. There. You'll begin to feel better shortly. Just rest.
Alexa, I want to know what's in that cave. If any of this was worth it.
Rest, Regal. The Akashic Cave was a place of myth. Our stories told of a place where the memories of our souls lived. It was a holy place, I suppose. And for reasons I could not remember, we were always told it was not a place to seek out. How had Regal discovered it? Who gave him that piece of paper I'd seen with instructions and the cave's symbol? I was unsurprised he'd ordered the transport to take us there. On the outside, it looked unspectacular. Truly, with his human eyes, I doubt he'd be able to see the entrance, as hidden as it was in the rock's cliff face. This wasn't wise. I should have returned home immediately. But I'd had a blood bag in time to think, and a curiosity was settling in. I also felt oddly pulled to this place. Strange. Very strange.
Do you always feel this amazing? Is this what it's like?
I turned in my chair to look at him. He was sitting up, staring at his hands, looking down at his body as if he would be able to see the changes inside. I stood and walked over to him, checking the bite mark from the Vugan. It was fully healed. Good. I'm not sure how to tell you how it feels for me because, well, I've always felt this way.
Goddess, I feel like I could punch a hole through this transport.
Please don't. It's just been fixed. I hadn't seen him smile yet. It was lovely. It made his eyes kind.
That's twice you've saved my life.
I'm glad you're counting.
Are we here? At the cave?
Yes, which is what we need to discuss.
You didn't take me back.
Obviously not. Where did you get the...
I meant what I said.
You say a lot of things.
I do. But you saved my life. You didn't have to do that. But you did so. I should say things. I should... Wait, how did you know I was in trouble?
There was a drone following you.
Oh. Why? Why let me go just to spy on me?
Because, unlike you, I know how dangerous the wilds actually are. And I wanted to keep an eye on you.
You were worried about me.
Where did you get...
Do you know there are chapters on you in the history books of Nemoria I was allowed to read?
I know what those books say. That's not important now.
You sounded larger than life. Larger than any of the vampires I'd come across. Then you swept into Clan Sora, and you weren't a fantasy character anymore. You were real. We'd heard the rumors. We knew you didn't like the way Clan Sora was treating us. I'm sure there were other reasons you conquered them, but... Did you know some of my kin prayed to you? Night after night they would say a prayer that the great Alexa would come and free us and take us to her clan.
Did you pray to me, Regal?
Of course not. Not me. Besides, I knew you wouldn't hear. I prayed for our freedom.
Of course.
But not for the reasons you think.
All right. What reasons?
When I saw you come down those steps, in real life, I'd never been so angry. But I was angry because all I could think was that I'd never be good enough for you. I was dirty. I was weak and scared. I was nothing to you but food. And the first time I saw you, more than anything, Goddess, more than I wanted to be free, I wanted to be worthy of you. I hated that. I hated that you made me feel that way. And I didn't even know you. I'm not a child. This isn't a book. You made me feel... You made me feel...
There are not a lot of firsts when you're 2,000 years old. You get used to it. But here he stood, with my power running through his veins, with this cave that was so important to him a few short meters away, and he'd chosen to be open and vulnerable with me. He still had not met my eyes. He who'd never had any issue staring me down before. I stood, closing the distance between us, and touched his bearded face. Look at me, please. It took him a moment. I waited. Finally, his eyes met mine, and the feeling that rushed through me was exquisite.
I know. I'm ridiculous. I'm a lot of things. I do want humans to be free. I do want to be a vampire's equal, but you... Fuck you, Alexa. From you. For you. I want even more.
You are enough, Rhaegal. As you are enough.
How can you say that?
Because I am not stupid. You courageous, beautiful, frustrating man, I am learning are also sometimes stupid. You're enough because you are brave. Because you want better for your people. Because you are willing to fight for it, to die for it. In fact, you are so stupid and so brave and so worthy of me. You were going to die for it alone. You have no army. You clearly have no friends. All you have is your conviction, your passion, what drives you. That makes you worthy.
Not just for them. I wasn't going to die alone. Just for them.
His words thrilled me. It had been longer than I could remember since I'd felt such a thing.
I want you.
You've said that before.
How long do I have? Feeling like this?
A few hours at most.
Then let me please you, mistress. Here, in this space, where there is just the two of us, I can be a fast
I
light.
shut him up with my mouth over his. My sigh was one of pleasure, one of relief when he did not disappoint me. He returned my kiss, his lips softer than anticipated. Pleasure was easy to come by. After 2,000 years, my partners were so many and so varied I could not remember them all, though none ever pleased me, as well as the magnificent Lilith of planet Heaven. So yes, pleasure was easy. Connection was different. Connection was rare. Connection was that thing that underlaid passion and made it burn brighter and made a simple human's kiss overwhelming. Oh, he was worthy, and I would make him prove it.
The feeling of Alexa inside me was the most incredible thing I'd ever felt. Her strength in my hands. Hands that I used to lift her, move her where I wanted. I put her back against the wall. My body pressed against hers. I loved kissing her. When I felt her vampire fangs graze against my lower lip, it made me moan so loudly she laughed. She had a beautiful fucking laugh. Everything about her was beautiful. Clothes were such a nuisance, weren't they? Mine were easy to come off, but that damn suit of hers. I made her laugh again as I struggled, and I was instantly addicted to hearing that sound. I figured it out, with her help. And it wasn't a laugh, but her moan I was blessed with. When I dropped to my knees and pressed my mouth between her thighs. Her back braced against the wall, her legs over my shoulders. My hands atop her thighs, holding her still as I tasted her. When I pushed my tongue inside her, her breath came sharper. Her moans louder when her clit was between my lips, gently, harder. And when she came, I nearly did too. I felt so powerful because of her. But I still don't know how I ended up on the floor on my back. I didn't care either. Her hair curtained around us, her lips demanding her tongue on mine, sharing the taste. When she touched me, her mouth swallowed my sounds. When she took me inside of her, I couldn't have cared less about freedom. My only job, my sole purpose in that moment, was to please her. You're beautiful. So beautiful.
So are you.
She sat up, a goddess astride me. I touched every part of her I could reach. Her thighs, her hips. I caressed the well-defined muscles of her stomach and watched them tremble as she moved. She took my hand, guiding my fingers between us, and I knew what she wanted. I touched her clit as she rode me harder and faster. I could not contain my sounds of pleasure, and she could not contain hers. In that moment, I dared to wonder what it would be like if she was always mine.
For a human, the way he moved inside of me was perfect. It was even better when he used the strength I'd given him, flipping us over, pinning my back to the floor with his weight atop mine, which I eagerly welcomed. He slid back inside me, sending every sensitive nerve ending on 5. It was too much, and not enough. When our hips pressed tightly together, he went still and kissed me. He kissed me slowly, all his passion and focus and conviction, just for me. It felt like a gift. I framed his face and ran my fingers through his beard. Finally, he moved. Slow, sensual. I didn't expect him to feel as good as he did. It was another gift. Watching his face, watching the pleasure darken his eyes and tighten his beautiful features. I wanted more. I wanted to be inside of him. I wondered if he would allow it. Rachel.
Do it.
Be sure.
Please. Her fangs pierced my skin, and I've never come so hard. The pinch of pain was nothing compared to the feeling of her inside me. I was utterly consumed by her lips sucking at me, the jerk of her hips, the delicious sting of her nails into the muscle of my back as she came again. Maybe I'd gotten freedom all wrong, because I felt it now, here, with her. I'm never moving.
You'll get hungry before I will.
Don't care.
Kiss me.
I think I should edit a few things.
Why?
Well, if you're going to describe our first time together, I think you should include how good I looked without my clothes.
No. They can wonder. That's for me.
As you wish. You don't have to write that next part.
Yes, I do.
I hate thinking about it. That was so hard for you, and I could have lost you.
But you didn't.
Thank the goddess. Write it tomorrow. I think we should reenact what happened in the transport.
Oh, do you?
Mm-hmm. I can do it better this time.
Prove it.
I hope you've enjoyed listening to Vampire Beginnings. Please remember to subscribe, leave us a review, and share this episode with your friends. Don't forget to sign up for our newsletter, Hallway 87, for exclusive mini tales. To learn more about Tales shows, hang out with us during events, or sign up for a membership, visit talesoftheforgotten.com. Vampire Beginnings was written and directed by Crystal Storm. Sound design by Hannah Cardiac and Crystal Storm. Starring Maganda Marie as Alexa, Isaac Mian as Rhaegal, Caroline Orhuela as Isbay, Melissa Oki Stakanis as Valoria, Crystal Storm as AI and Alicia.
All right, it's after show time. Was jamming out to the good beats. All right, hosts are on their way. Then we're doing some after show. Listen, I hope everybody's okay. If you're a little hot, get you a cold beverage if you need one. Okay, no judgment, because that was amazing. Shout out to Maganda and Isaac for just being incredible professionals. Fuck yes, we love that. Love that so much. Thank you, Anthony. Thank you. All right, Tara's here. Delvin will be here in a second. Fans of the show, we invite you to come and join it. I know, it's okay. Well, you can go back and you can listen to the first part. You can go back. Pixel's gonna join us. I'm just dragging Pixel in. I'm just like calling her out. Pixel's coming in. Pixel will be here in a second. Yeah. We were supposed to have Tiani tonight, but I don't know if she's coming. Let me get this right. I should have grabbed a liquid death before the show. You should have. All right, I'm going to turn this over to Delvin and the amazing Tara, and we're going to have some fun. Woo woo. That's it. It's you guys' turn.
Delvin.
Damn it, I dropped my water. How's everybody doing?
Love it. So sad.
That's so sad. I'm doing all right. I'm very sleepy. How are you, Delvin? How are you, Crystal?
Also sleepy. Also, it's a sleepy day. I think it's a good day to just listen to vampire sex and take naps.
I am not sleepy. I had a great latte that I made with my Nespresso machine. I am.
Ooh, so fancy.
Yeah, it's called Prime Day.
Yeah.
Prime Day, baby. $50. I was in the game, baby.
Got it. I'm gonna turn Tara up. I'm gonna turn her up.
Oh yeah, I was yelling, so I can turn myself up. Let me.
Yeah, that's
do
why
that.
I dropped my water on the floor. There's water
What
everywhere.
are you?
You were yelling
You know
at me.
what?
I got scared and I dropped
I
my
wasn't
water
even
everywhere.
yelling at you, Delvin.
You're
Are
yelling
you?
at me now again. I'm gonna drop my water
Yes,
again.
No, it's not again. This is the
We have
first
it live
time
on
you
tape.
yell.
Yeah, see?
This is
After
the
you heard
first time. No, he did not hear. He's
heard
hearing
you.
me now. He didn't
heard
hear
you.
anything before because nothing happened before.
I
So,
heard you yelling at me.
uh-uh.
I dropped my water on the floor. Water's everywhere.
Delvin, I don't do well with people spreading stuff about me. I don't do well with that. Don't be putting that on the internet, trying to make me out to be no. Gonna nip that in the bud right now.
All I know is there's water on my floor. My feet are wet.
That's your fault. So blame yourself.
Doesn't it feel like we're listening to Alexa and Rhaegal talk in like real time? Like, is that what it feels like right now?
And much like Rhaegal, I am wrong. Very much so.
This is fantastic. Oh, I love after
So,
shows
welcome
so
to the
much.
after show, everybody.
Yeah, I love the after shows. After shows are great.
Yeah, they're a fun time. This was a fun episode, episode 4. We're 4 episodes in. Regal's an idiot. He's a lucky idiot. He's a lucky idiot. He done got himself a baddie outside. Who knew all you had to do was almost die?
He could have had
No.
this in a nice, comfy bed without getting his ass beat. I just want to remind everybody
But
that he could have.
he likes to make things hard. And
Giggity.
she also likes to make things hard, apparently.
Yeah.
God.
Tara's never gonna co-host with you again. This is gonna be the one and done. This is never gonna happen again.
She didn't take the reins over. I told her she's supposed to be here. The reins in.
No. That's not my job.
But you know I say stupid
No,
things all
it's
the
not
time.
my job. It's not my job. It's your job to rein
Well,
yourself in, buddy.
Well, I am terrible at my job.
Oh my goodness. Well, yeah, so
I love this. I love this.
jeez. Yeah, Regal. Let's talk about Regal being really self-absorbed because he's out there like dying of like heat exhaustion and unknown dangers. I mean, they were known at some point because he got jacked up.
Told.
But
He was
But-
told.
right, he
He
was.
knew. You're like, you're going to die. Like, nah, I'm good.
But amidst all of this, he still finds a way to say, I wonder if they're thinking about me. Is Alexa thinking about me?
Boy.
What could she be thinking? Does she care? Like, Regal! If you wanted to know what Alexa thought about you, you could have stayed and asked her
I was
instead
rooting for
of
the
going
monsters.
out into the wilderness.
I'm like, yo, take him out.
I feel like maybe Matt could be Regal's defender because Matt
No.
was talking a little bit about Regal when I was working on episode 5 and expressed some like feelings. So Matt, do you want to weigh in here? Do you want to defend Regal or are they correct? Because I know that you like Regal.
I was actually just thinking about this, Crystal, because we had that talk
Mhm.
the other night
Mhm.
about how my favorite character is Regal,
Mm-hmm.
and I would like to say that with each subsequent episode, he is just falling down a ladder to perhaps my least favorite character.
I was going to say,
Damn.
this is some Matthew Dawson type shit. like, I imagine this is how Matthew found his wife. Who ran off into the wilderness. She saved them and they got married.
Wow.
Yeah,
Pretty much the same way.
yeah, that's facts. I mean, I look in the mirror and I see him.
Yeah. I just said that.
I'm gonna get
Mrs. Dawson,
Gerald.
very strong woman.
Get Gerald to change the cover art so it looks more like Matt instead of this fictional character.
I mean, we should just do that for all the cover art.
We should. You're
I
right.
agree.
You're 100%.
Go for it.
So Matt, why is he falling down the ladder? Like, what's knocking him down the rungs for you?
I think, okay, first episode, it's like he's this guy who's just, he wants to stick it to the man, and he's he's trying to liberate his people, and I think it's very cool, a classic type of like Moses story. And now he's horny, and horny can get to you. And do I blame him? No, but he got bit by the horny bug, and
Yeah. I don't blame him.
I don't blame him. I do want to make that clear. I do not blame the character for getting horny.
My man gave up
But-
freedom. He was like,
This
fuck
man-
this freedom shit.
He lost the object of the mission.
I appreciate it. I respect it. He said, fuck this freedom shit. This is overrated. I've never heard someone say that in a day of my life. I appreciate it. I really do.
That's hilarious. That's hilarious. That actually is one of the lines I wrote down though. Was
he gave up
about him
freedom?
saying, yeah.
Yeah, that was wild.
Oh man, that's funny. So
This is incredible.
so Matt, since Rhaegal kind of is your favorite character currently, what would redeem him for you? Like, what would you like to see happen for Rhaegal in order to get him back up, to help him back up the ladder?
I would say at this point, he give him like a week, let him have the honeymoon phase. They get the whole next episode should just be boning. That's basically my prescription. But then episode 6, he's gotta get that post nut clarity to be like, all right, we're back. We gotta get back on target here, and then kind of get the vampires in on the cause.
I'm glad you're not writing this show, Matthew.
Matthew said post-nut clarity.
Right,
and the
right,
only
right.
thing I had in my
That-
brain when he said this was like a little chibi almond sipping on a Capri Sun for some reason.
Matthew
Your
said the whole
innocent,
next
innocent
episode
brain.
needs to be no plot, just fucking.
It needs to be porn.
Even our porn has plot, Matt. Like, you act like it's your
No,
first time here.
No.
Listen, I want Flea's episode 3 to look like an episode of Sesame Street
Wow. Wow.
on the next
Wow.
episode.
Wow.
Yeah.
Oh.
My man, Matthew knows what he wants.
I think that would be too much for Elmo and Big Bird and all of Sesame Street. I think that would be a bit too much.
Maybe.
Too much. Delvin, not a children's show, okay? No. No. Don't do that.
What, Elmo?
Don't.
Elmo.
Oh my god.
Oh my gosh.
This is incredible. This is incredible to listen to.
That's wild.
Listen, that's why I don't write vampire shows.
Like specifically for that reason, because you would just have them having sex all the time.
I did say just one episode of just straight sex, and then we get back on mission. Episode 5, the sexy episode. Episode 6, we called post nut clarity, and he's back on target.
Wow.
Wow. I mean, this wasn't sexy enough for you? Because I thought this was pretty sexy. Like, this is
So-
pretty...
I want to be clear. He
What?
wants to name episode 6 post nut clarity.
Yeah.
That's what he wants the
Yeah.
episode name to be.
I just want everybody to know that Matthew is a friend of the show and is actually in this show, but he's not a board member. He doesn't get any say. Just wanted everybody to know that that's fine. I just want to throw that out there. Just want to throw that out there.
I want one of the episodes of the Motorverse to be called post nut.
Yeah, we can. You know what? I'll even write it for you, Matthew. We could call.
Arrow Canary season 2, baby.
That's how we started.
Post nut clarity.
Post nut clarity. There we go. There we go.
I appreciate it.
Yeah, that could be a new T-shirt in the store. That post nut clarity. That's it.
And then it'll be the image on it will be Hannah's version of
Yes.
what came to mind.
Yes,
Just
with no context whatsoever. So
a
if you're
cheesy
here,
almond.
right, if you were here at the after show, you'll get it. If not, we'll get a lot of people just wondering why it looks the way it does.
Hannah, does the chibi almond have sunglasses on?
I like it.
He's like, he has sunglasses and he's laying out on a lawn chair and like
Okay.
outside.
That's what I was thinking.
I think the vampires should have post blood clarity as well.
Wow.
Get that.
Yeah, you know what? That's actually really interesting though. It's like, I'm not even joking. That's really interesting because a lot of the vampire shows that I've seen, like, in all the movies and stuff, usually the vampires are in some kind of like high and they're not always like their senses might be heightened, but if they have a lot of blood, they're usually like they're kind of out of it and they're not really in control of themselves. So post blood clarity might be an interesting direction with that.
See, we got some
Crystal, I have an episode 7 title for you.
Thank you.
There you go.
Thank you. I
I
appreciate.
appreciate Tara bringing the reason and logic to this
Yeah.
because it wasn't coming from me.
Yeah.
Not even.
I'll just go ahead and spoil that just a little bit. That just vampires under the Moria just don't have that problem. Like they might get like a little bloated, like what you would when you just ate a lot, but they don't really have like it's literally just like a meal, and that's like
It's like
essentially it.
it's like root beer.
It's like root beer. Yeah, it's like or like a
Like
one of those really like decadent. You finally like you get the food and then you pair it just right with the wine. You ever had that moment where you just have like
Guys.
sure, yeah,
I can't afford wine.
yeah,
God
exactly
damn it,
that.
nephew. Gotta be high class, man. Five Guys.
That's funny. Crystal, I have a question for you.
Yes.
So, Rhaegal, when he's, getting attacked and stuff, he mentions the Vugan has he was wondering whether or not the Vugan has a self-made force field.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm curious, will we find out more about the Vugans, like how they came to be and whether or not they might be enhanced in some kind of way?
Probably not in Vampire Beginnings. It's something that we can explore when we spend a lot more time on Moria and dive deeper into the lore with the actual vampire tale that we do at some point next year.
Gotcha.
I like that. Great question.
Mm-hmm.
I have some questions. Let me get a little serious for something. Tara and got serious. I get a little bit serious. Put on my serious hat. Because I really, people didn't know, I really enjoyed the episode. I thought the episode was very interesting. I thought it was fascinating. I think if you go from episode 1 and you follow these characters to now, and you see, it almost feels like it's a love story for one thing, which I really appreciate the fact that it's just a straight up love story. And it's almost love at first sight in a weird way. And you have this guy, Rhaegal, who wants power, but he wants power so he can feel like it's a kind of weird thing that guys do, I guess, where they want to have power and control, and they don't want to feel like they don't have control when it comes to a person that they like. But this is a situation where he has no power, so he tries to go get power, and then he fails miserably at it. And then even when he's at a point of weakness, he's still trying to get power. Like, he didn't want to have sex till he was like, oh, I'm getting power. I have a little bit of power now, so maybe I can handle this. Like, that's an interesting way to do things. like you could have just did it the easy way, but you chose to go the long route and get a little bit of power. So I'm really fascinated in the way this story is going, and I appreciate, because there's a lot of layers to this whole story in terms of, okay, the obvious layers and the slavery and things like that, and how, there's this human uprising that people want to have, but then there's these group of humans who live in this colony, you want to call it that, who are genuinely happy. They understand their purpose. They are content with what's going on because they know that it's going to be one point in time, I'm going to die. And I'd rather die living this long life in peace under these people than die under torment from these other vampire cults who just kind of just treat us like cattle. I found that whole aspect of this story very fascinating, and the politics of it in general was very fascinating. So, Crystal, I'll leave the floor to you. What's your thoughts on everything I said? Because I just said a lot.
The politics of the world is really interesting to me, and I think we'll get a little bit more into that aspect of it a little bit more in episode 6, because you're going to get to hear why Isbay made the choice that they made. And it's actually the episode that Alexa becomes like Pixel's least favorite person, which is great. So I can't wait for us to have a great discussion about that. With with Regal, it's funny listening to y'all drag him because 100% this man deserves to be dragged. Like, he 100% deserves to be dragged. Like, it's fucking hilarious. But, you know, there are some things that Regal says that, like, I understand. And he was a character that absolutely came out of nowhere because, believe me, when I wrote episode 2 and he's in the bedroom with Alexa, I thought we was fucking. Like, that's what I thought. But as I'm writing, Regal's like, no, I must be. And I'm like, what you mean you must be? You must be what? So, like, he was very much a character that kind of just breathed life into himself. But I think for Regal, and he says this, and you learn a little bit more about his backstory as well. So you kind of understand that Regal is doing what he's doing, and it's not just because of humans, because he has kind of not a tortured backstory, but an interesting one. He's doing what he's doing because you hear about Alexa and you hear about this and you're watching all these, all your fucking people pray to this fucking vampire because everybody says her clan is bomb and everybody's trying to go to her clan. And he's just like, fuck everything. I'm just angry and mad. And he's got a reason to be. And then, and then he sees her and he's just like, well, like he's just so mad because at that point, I think he really realized how far down the totem pole he was. And it was seeing her that made him want to be more because for the first time in his life, he felt a connection to someone and he felt less than. And it really is kind of like a layers of trauma and a self-esteem thing with him as well. I mean, because he even admits it to her. He's like, you fucking appeared in real life. And now all of a sudden, one of the reasons I'm out here in the fucking wilderness getting my ass beat is because I'm trying to be something greater than what I am. So I feel like I can at least stand next to you. So I am something that is worthy of your time, worthy of your space, worthy of, anything other than just being like dinner. And I think, people, you can understand that. You can understand that, which is why I think that scene is so sweet because she's trying to just tell him that you don't have to have Captain America level powers to be worthy of somebody, that you can just be as you are. And, so it's a nice lesson that he probably could have learned if he'd have just stayed in the colony and like went to therapy. Cause I'm pretty sure they probably got pretty good therapists.
Yeah. I appreciate that lesson. I appreciate the whole aspects of the story in terms of, I don't know if people have experienced this before. I'm quite sure somebody who's listening to this show has experienced this, where you meet somebody and you're just smitten by them. And it's almost like they can't do no wrong, even though you know they're doing something wrong. And for some reason, you put yourself out there and risk yourself, knowing this person's an idiot. But you risk yourself to make sure this person's okay. And I kind of really dig that aspect of the story where she's like, I'm going out here to save him. I don't really know why and understanding why, but it's something about him that makes me want to protect him. And I really kind of like dig that aspect of it because that's what love kind of is. Like, you don't understand it. You don't know why you're doing it, but it's just something about it that's just like, yeah, I have to do this. Really dug it.
Thank you. You will. I will say that as much as I love at first sight type stories, you will. The question of why they feel so drawn to each other will be answered. I hope in a way that feels satisfying to the audience because I think it's deeply romantic.
Like it. So let me ask this then. We're four episodes in. Mm-hmm. I like that. One, you're telling the whole story so far is a backstory. And one of the things about backstories, when you're hearing the story told from the characters' perspectives as they're looking back, it's really interesting because you kind of know what's going to happen, but you don't know what's going to happen because obviously if they're telling the story, you assume they both survive. But one of the interesting things about this show that I've kind of always found interesting was the fact that she says at the beginning, I can be an unreliable narrator. And that always stuck in my head. So it's really interesting where this story's going. And I kind of like the cliffhanger where he's like, I don't like this part. We can skip it. And I'm kind of really digging where we're going with the story and how it's kind of turning out and the kind of Game of Thrones-y element of it. Him going after this little thing that you don't know what it is, but you know it has to be important. So yeah.
That's
Yeah,
episode
Delvin,
6.
I agree with that. The
Yeah, I
first
think
one of the first lines of the show
the
being about
way he says it implies that there's something or someone maybe close to Alexa that maybe she had an encounter with, because he says, like that was difficult for you. You don't have to do that. So I'm really curious to see what that is that's going to happen.
Go ahead, Matt. You were saying?
Oh, I was just gonna say one of the first lines in the show being her straight up telling the listener that she can be an unreliable narrator has stuck with me this entire time, because and as we learn more about her, you got to kind of pick and choose. I mean, in a lot of media, it's just kind of left up to the audience to decide whether the narrator is reliable or not. And in this, she just straight up tells you, like, yeah, I could be lying about some of this. Some of this could have just never happened, or I'm twisting it, or whatever. So I've always thought about that through all of these episodes. I think it's a very interesting way to start the whole shebang.
Yeah, I kind of thought the same way. Even the whole point of what part of this may be exaggerated. Is the moments that's happening now exaggerated, or the backstory? And I kind of really dug the way it's kind of being told, where each episode ends with this kind of like, all right, we're finished telling the story for now, but we'll go back to it. I kind of really dig that these endings, and I want to see where the story goes, because I think it can go someplace that we don't expect, and I'm very excited for it, and to see how the story turns out and the characters turn out, and like I said, the plot and how this Game of Thrones, because a lot of things happen in this episode. The sex is one big thing. I know people are like, yeah, the sex happened. Yeah, that was one big thing. But you get to see the relationship between mother and daughter, how mother is trying to, no, I want it all. You don't deserve this. And I'm going to take it all. We know you have this human fetish thing. And the way she said it, like, yeah, I'm going to put that out there, but I want mine. It's kind of like, this mother-daughter rivalry that's also very interesting and fascinating. Now I want to see what becomes of that.
What do you think? I mean, we don't really know as of right now, but just based on what you know about Alexa, what do you think might be something she's not being fully truthful on?
It could be a lot of things. It could be different. See, my mind goes in several different ways when it comes to situations like this. I wonder if Rhaegal's still alive, for one thing. It's just that whole aspect of it. Like, is she telling this story?
Oh, that'd be crazy.
Yeah, is she telling this story as a story of regret and remorse, or is she telling this story as a story of love, and love that she's lost or love that she still has? It's a lot of things that I think of when I hear this story, and decisions that I'm really interested what happens next episode, because I want to see if she kind of gives in to her mother's wishes or kind of stands up and fights, and what that leads to. And if this is really a narration by two characters, or it's by one in the other character's mind. So I really think that this is going places. I like the fact that Chris was looking at me like, I know what's going to happen and you don't.
I'm just thinking that you're going to love the way I end episode 6.
What do you think she's lying about?
What do I think she's lying about? Here's what I will say. I will say, and I don't know if this is a good thing or bad thing, because I write very organically. I'm not really a plotter or an outliner. And I will say that I did not realize, I had not answered the question as to why Alexa was writing. And please be mindful that she is writing. She is not using a tablet. She's not using the technology that is available to them.
Correct.
She talked about how paper is an indulgence. Maybe she hasn't said that yet. uncertain. No, she did. She did say that. Yeah, she said
Yes,
that when
she
she
did.
saw. Yeah, make sure like yeah, she talked about how paper is an adult. She's actually writing this. I did not know why she was telling this story until like last week, and it brings a what's the word I want to use? It brings an interesting perspective to these flashback scenes once you realize what is happening on Nemoria right now. And at some point we will get out of the past and we will bump up against the present. So we are slowly but surely getting there. And I'm just going to go ahead and apologize right now for the cliffhanger in episode 6. I'm going to just apologize. I'm going to just say I'm sorry. I'm going to say I'm sorry.
And that's the whole thing I find interesting about this thing, because as you hear the stories being told the present, everything sounds like, well, everything turned out okay. But the fact that you're saying we're going to go to present doesn't feel like it's going to stay okay.
Everything's fine.
Right. Well,
Everything's fine. Everything's okay.
We could, I think there's a fun. You guys can have. I think there's fans can have a little fun theorizing. And Pixel, by the way, pulled a Delvin and spilled water on herself. So that's amazing. Because I feel like we know that change is coming to Nemoria. Like especially with that scene with Alexa and Valoria, you got to see that mother-daughter dynamic that you talked about, Delvin. Like there is a problem. There is a problem on this planet right now where vampires are fucking up their food supply, basically. So you have, a powerful faction that Alexa's leading that is trying to change things for the quote-unquote better. And then you have another faction that just doesn't give a shit about humans' feelings and is just trying to also change things. And so that's going to come to a head. But, and I can just go, because we've talked a little bit about what the future vampire story is. There is something that is coming that's going to really force the issue and make Rhaegal, wanting to go to this cave and Alexa being drawn to this cave have a lot of weight, because there is something coming that is actually bigger than the politics. So these vampires are going to have to figure their shit out, and they're not going to have a lot of time to do it.
And what an interesting way to kind of put that forth in terms of like where we're at right now. Where they're talking about, well, we need to start breeding humans and breeding the best of the best. I'm like, wow, that's kind of
eugenics.
Yeah.
It's fucked. Yeah, it's really
it's really fucked up when you like look at it. Like, oh.
It absolutely is. It really, really is. I mean, this is one of those shows too. Like I feel like I'm back at Legacy because like the deeper we go into the story, the more I get excited about like future episodes. So like I'm so fucking excited for you guys to hear like 5, 6, and 7, and 7's the last one. But yeah, there's just some interesting conversations that happen and things that get revealed. And I mean, yeah, next episode's really, really hard on Alexa. But you also get, I think, a really strong human perspective that is not Rhaegal's. And I think I'm curious to see how the audience is going to react to that. Because Pixel was ready to throw hands, and that made me giggle.
I like it. Pixel's ready to throw hands. You know shit's about to go down.
I know what you're talking about. I'm so chill.
Exactly. So since you're so chill, if you're ready to fight, it's going down. But I really enjoyed this story thus far. I think it's a really well-told story. I think it's a cool love story between a human and a vampire, a dumb human.
I love that uwu shit, man.
But yeah, I really dig where the story is going so far. I like the lore and the politics that's being built behind it. I like the whole you go out into these wild lands, you fuck around, you gonna find out. And I also appreciate that he fucked around and he found out, because usually when you tell these stories, the guy like, I'm going out into the wilderness and I'll be okay, and he's generally okay. Not this time. He's like, nah, I'm about to die. Please save me. Help me, please. I really appreciate that. Like, yeah, they told him no, don't do it. He did it. He found it the hard way. And I kind of like that because of the power of quote unquote love. And she said she saw something in his pocket. a paper that made her go out there really quick and risk her life to save him too. So I'm very intrigued by that as well. There's a lot of little details that's in there that you got to be paying attention to. You got to catch. I'm on to you, Crystal.
That's fine.
My favorite things about her writing style actually is how she can just so casually weave in little details that you probably won't notice maybe your first viewing, but your second viewing you will. It's one of my favorite things about it.
Yeah, I really dig that too, because you're like, you got to catch up. Got to just catch it. If you're not paying attention, you will miss it. I don't miss nothing.
Delvin says it will not go over my head. I will catch it. I will catch it. No, but
Did
you know what?
Catch it like you caught your water.
No.
Damn.
Absolutely not. Water's everywhere.
I'm so sorry.
Unfortunate.
Oh, no. But
Sad day in America.
it was important to like not go back on like, because you know we're always fucking with like stereotypes here at Tales, right? Like I don't give a, you know, like, or gender norms or like whatever. So
Yes.
we see that too with, I mean, he's a human. Like it doesn't, like what, it doesn't matter. Like he could have been The Rock and gone out here. What you going, you're still a fucking human. And this is a giant, that the fuck you gonna do? Like it's not Arnold Schwarzenegger taking a predator blast with his muscle. Like we don't do that here. We don't do that here. So she's like,
I appreciate that.
right. And she told him like, you know, like I get like, you know, I wouldn't, you know, if anybody listened to this and was like Team Regal because, you know, slavery is bad and humans should be free, like 100%, you are not wrong. That is 1000% like a fair, you know, viewpoint to have, even if you don't, you know, want to hang out with the sexy vampires and just enjoy yourself. That's fine. Like, I'm not judging you, like, whatever. But like, like she still told him, she's like, bitch, you can't hunt. You what? Like you can't fight? Like where the fuck you going? So like he was
Like that aspect of it, because usually the story goes like,
Crystal, I told you.
Wait, what'd you say, Matt?
yeah, I'm trying to hear what Matt.
Oh, sorry. I said, Crystal, I told you I was in way before the vampire sex. They had me at warm shower and a bed.
Right. Like Matt was like, he was like bottom of the, like, he was just like, what? He's like, I get 4 pillows and a room to myself? Shit.
I really dig the fact that like they're telling him, you're not gonna make it. It's not, and you know, he's like, because you know, like anytime you watch movies and TV shows, you're like, I'm gonna beat the odds and all this stuff, this hero's journey. That's a big part of it, the hero's journey. And he gets the obstacles pointing this way and he eventually overcomes those obstacles. This wasn't the case. They're like, you're not going to make it. This is why. The human uprising you keep trying to make happen ain't a thing. You ain't it, homie. And for the most part, he wasn't it. He found out really quick. Like, no, this was a bad idea. I wasn't ready for this. I wasn't prepared for what was happening. And I kind of really dig that the story set that up in terms of like, he just came out of this really bad situation under this other clan, and now he gets into a better situation that seems like you know, they didn't even have a bed and running water. And he's like, nah, fuck this. I got to fight back.
He's like, I gotta go. I gotta go find this cave so I can oppress this girl. Like, I gotta go.
It's that scene in The Matrix where Agent Smith is with the one guy at the restaurant, and he's like, "The steak tastes pretty real to me." You know, it's that.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And I've always related to that scene. I was like, you know what? I'd like. He's like, make me a movie star, make me famous, and I'll just chill in your Matrix. And you know, if I was in that situation, I'd have that too. It's a very it's the impossible choice. It's a narrative impossible choice. But
yeah, go ahead.
The
Matt.
way it's presented here, it's very possible because it's poised as a choice, but when you take more than 1 second to think about it, it's no choice at all.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah. You know, Regal, I don't know if we should call him brave or stupid or a little bit of both. I mean, he definitely, and it's not just the girl. We find out a little bit more about like that note and why he's so gun-ho and how he even fucking found out about this cave in the middle of bumblefuck Nemoria. But I mean, we got to give Rhaegal maybe a little bit of props, because one of the reasons I think why Alexa even is giving him the time of day, because she even said, she's like, for 2,000 years, there has never been a slave who just looked me right in my face and was like, bitch, you gonna let me go. she even nobody, nobody had ever done that. And then here the fuck he is. He's just like, excuse me, I would like to go, please. Well,
Rhaegal was really on something. He was like, he saw two vampires eating each other out. He was like, what is going on here? Why is he? I'm like, bro, you don't know what's happening? Y'all humans don't do this in this world.
He was just mad about the vampire human, because Clan Sora sucked. Like there was no sexy vampire fucking in Clan Sora. There was none of that. No, Clan Sora. If you're a human on Nemoria and you're in like Alexa's clan, or like a friend of or Niku's clan, y'all met Niku in episode 3, I think, or some of the other vampire clans, your life is probably pretty good, and you're like, I don't give a fuck. I feed vampires and then I go eat chocolate truffles. My life is great. I sleep in that bed. I take a hot shower. Listen, the way the world is right now, if I get an opportunity to go to Nemoria and all I got to do is feed some vampires, I love y'all. I'm out.
Look, gotta tell you, sex is a pretty universal thing.
Right.
I see people say, all right. We know what that is.
AI used correctly, cleaning the streets while I can just go and eat truffles and drink coffee and shit. Fuck, I'm out.
Rhaegal was like, what they doing over there? Nah, I don't want to be part of that. Nah, fam, what's wrong with you, bro?
Right. That part. He's got, I don't know if it's morals or just, he was just, you like Matt said, he was laser focused on mission. He was on target and he was trying not to lose it, but he didn't,
Optimism. He's very optimistic.
There was probably a smarter way he could have done things. There's probably
low on the intelligence, high on optimism.
Yeah. He gonna learn.
He put his stat thing way up in optimism. Forgot all the other stats.
I swear to God, Chris, if you fuck off and leave us in the shithole, I would bring all my friends. I would bring anybody who wanted to go chill with the vampires. I would not leave y'all behind. I promise.
I'm leaving all y'all.
Way.
One day y'all just ain't gonna hear from me ever again. He's with the vampires. He's gone. He just left. I don't know what happened. Where Delvin at? For some reason the podcast still happening, but we don't see him at all. He's getting these strange, beautiful looking people on this show all of a sudden.
Delvin's Instagram looks a whole different kind of way.
Brother look like Dracula just popping up on the show every episode at night. That's how you know.
That's
You're now listening to the Delvin Cox Experience.
Flip that, Crystal. I'm using it.
I got you. Yeah. All right, beautiful host. Y'all have any other questions for us? Chat. Y'all got any other questions about this amazing story? And what are we episode word halfway?
Episode
Yeah,
4.
I wanted to ask the chat, what do they want to see happen moving forward?
Good question.
Ooh, yeah. That is an excellent question. What do you two? So Delvin, Tara, what do y'all want to see happen moving forward?
I don't know. I kind of just want to be surprised. I'm very interested in the story and where it goes. I want to see growth. I want to find out how dark the story gets. I'm kind of really digging into it because the story is very optimistic and hopeful. It's a love story at one point. But it's these little Game of Thrones things that keep happening. Now I'm noticing, and I feel like the Red Wedding's coming. I really feel like that's something that's gonna happen.
I kind of like that you're a little uncomfortable like that. What's the most interesting part of the lore so far that you want to see get expanded upon?
Just the whole ideal of this, where the morality of the universe is, because they're okay. Because let's be honest, humans are enslaved. There's no ifs, ands, or buts about it. But it's the degree of slavery that we have to be accustomed to. You have these humans who are living relatively peaceful lives, but they know it's going to be a point in time where they're going to have to give themselves up to be eaten. And, I think, that's a bleak existence. Like a person like me will be paranoid my whole life. Like, this day might come. This day might come. This day might come. But, at the same time, it's better than some of these other places where they're being beaten, they're being slaughtered, they're being treated like livestock. So it's like, wow. It's a bleak outlook on the world, but there's little touches of, like, brightness. Like for example, this vampire clan is like, we know you guys are essentially going to be cattle and livestock, but we're going to make your lives as comfortable as possible until that moment comes. Mm-hmm. And then you have these other ones like, no, you're meat. You are to feed us. As a matter of fact, you are a depleting stock. So we are going to breed you and breed the best of you to keep that stock up. I'm like, wow, that is a dark, dark future.
Yeah. Yeah. Valoria and some of her ilk have done some fucked up things. You will learn. Yeah. You will learn about that next episode, or hints of that next episode. They have done some. There is a reason that Valoria does not want Alexa to go into that cave. I'll tell you that.
And it also kind of, the way the story is told, it makes you think of the fucked up things humanity has also done. You're like, these are terrible things. And you look at look at how we treat animals. It's kind of like makes you second guess things. Like, yeah, maybe we should treat living creatures that we respect and love, and we get things from a little bit better. Because the shoe could be on the other foot.
True that. I mean,
makes you think.
Right. Like, slavery is bad, but just because you eat it doesn't mean you have to, like, be mean to it. That's a whole different conversation, but like, yeah. Like,
I feel sorry for them cows. Talking about some eat more chicken. What was that commercial? It was
oh my
was
God.
That Chick-fil-A?
Yeah, it's fucking Chick-fil-A. Fucking Chick-fil-A. Eat more chicken. Yeah.
Poor cows.
Mm-hmm. What about you, Tara? What do you want to see happen in this Uwu story filled with political intrigue?
Well, there are some things that I don't think we'll get to in this particular story.
Mm-hmm.
We most likely will get to them in the larger story. But for this one, I'm curious to know a little bit more about about the council and like what's up with them. They're just super mysterious and all that. And apparently they're making decisions, and Alexa isn't too pleased with what they're doing. So I'm curious to see, that. I'm also curious to see what's going to happen between her and her mom, because I mean they're clearly still on speaking terms, but it's like it doesn't feel like speaking terms because they necessarily want to speak with one another. It's more so out of obligation. Like Alexa does not have a choice but to heed her mother's call when her mom says, I want to, we need to talk. There's no choice. She can't say, I don't want to talk to you right now or whatever. It's okay. She's got to get herself together and then have those little talks. So I'm curious to see more about those two, but I'm also curious to see what's up with this cave. What's going on? Like Rhaegal, tell me more. So I'm curious about that. I'm also curious to find out about these young vampires, and what's going on with them, because they're not feeding properly. They're just being reckless. So I need to know what's going on with them. What else? Oh, Boise. I want to know what's going to happen when Alexa tells Boise that she and Rhaegal had sex. I need to see Boise's face. Like, I need to know what Boise's going to say and whether or not she's going to be like, are you serious? Him? Like, why did you go? I need to know.
That scrub.
I need to know because she was already over Rhaegal. Like, just let me eat him. Like, just let me eat him. And
I have
Alexa's
been-
like, no, there's something about him. She's like, girl, please.
I have been privy to plenty of those conversations. They are not good. They are not fun. Not about me. Thank God.
Oh, good
Don't
job.
have me in room for that.
There will be you're gonna get that. You're gonna you definitely you definitely. I will say that it is episode the episode there is a treat in episode 5 that Boise and Rhaegal have a scene together, and it is one of my favorite. It's one of
That's gonna be
my
really fun.
fucking great. Yes, Boise and Rhaegal are in the same room together, and it is incredible.
We need to do like a spin-off where they have to work together.
Yes.
Yeah,
There
that's what I want.
absolutely does need to be like a little buddy cop one-off where fucking, yes, Rhaegal and Boise have to go on an adventure together, because that would just be
That's what I
fucking
would like.
hilarious.
Yes, please.
Got you.
Tiani and Isaac, please make your schedules available
There you go.
at some point just for that.
Yes.
Thank you.
Dara, I have a very important question for you, and you've got plenty of time to think about it. Are you ready?
You know I'm psychic, right?
Mhm.
Okay, ask your question.
Okay. What do you think my question is, because you're psychic?
No, you go ahead and ask, and then I'm a laugh because I'm probably
I'm
wrong.
gonna-
But go ahead and ask.
I'm
Okay.
gonna think your question.
Okay.
I'm thinking it.
You're thinking it? Okay, right here we go. Here's the question. Do you want to play a vampire, a human, or the bad guy?
I knew that was the question.
Like a vampire, a human, or the bad guy. So the vampires aren't necessarily the bad guys, is what you're saying.
I didn't say
This
that.
detective over here.
I did not say that. I said, do you want to play a vampire, a human, or the bad guy? So the bad guy could be a human or a vampire.
Oh, okay. Okay.
T- acting like
Oh
Holmes Jones over
man,
here.
who do I want to play?
Mhm.
Probably
Mhm.
a bad guy.
Ooh,
But,
okay. You want to hang out with Dark Daddy? That's Adam. Adam's leading.
Whoa.
Adam's leading up the bad guy charge in the future show.
That's his name, Dark Daddy.
That's his name,
Hell of a
Dark Daddy. I know, yeah. Call him Dark Daddy.
Is that another show? Is that another show? Another show?
Another. No, it's not even another show. So when we do, I don't know. I don't have
No,
a.
I'm just joking.
Like
I'm just
vampire, I don't know what we're gonna call it. We need
is
like
that-
a secret working title. You know how video games have cool ass titles? We need like a cool ass title for the future vampire show. Somebody come up with one and give it to me.
Pimp, Vampire Fire.
That's not it. No, that's not it.
No,
That's not that.
not it.
She
Mm-mm.
said no.
Mm-mm.
Yeah.
Not that
He
one.
said no.
Mm-mm.
Pimp, Vampire Fire 2.
It sounds like one of those video games you play, Delvin. to be
Right, right.
It does.
That's fucking incredible.
Oh man, that's a good question. I don't know.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
There's so many options
Mm-hmm.
because I'm thinking about like the different ways I'd get to play.
Mm-hmm.
You know, like if I'm a human, and clearly just going based off of what Rhaegal is saying, it should be like, oh my God, we're gonna die, or like I'm just chilling, like I'm gonna eat some chocolate truffles and drink coffee and matcha lattes.
Remember that you had this thought, because I feel like by the time we get to episode 7, you're gonna have a whole different one on. I'm just gonna remember.
think
I feel
so,
like
too.
we should clip this. We should definitely clip this.
About whether or not I'd want to play a bad guy.
Oh no,
You know-
no. What you think
Oh.
your human would be? What you think your human would
Exactly.
be? Yeah. Clip that.
Oh,
Clip that.
well,
That's
I
gonna be
mean,
good.
I know also though, because Rhaegal, you know, he was feeling Alexa, but he wasn't just like feeling Alexa. He was feeling.
He literally was feeling
Alexa.
Alexa.
He was
You know what I
feeling
mean?
her. So I have a hint that there might be something going on with that too. So I mean, that's why it's so hard for me to choose, because I'd like ¿Por qué no los dos? I mean, that's what I would say.
Wow.
Or
That was perfect.
todos, todas cosas.
What
Um,
did you say?
But yeah, so either the
I don't know, but it was sounding amazing.
I know, right?
Porque los dos just means like why not both, and then todos or todas, I think it's todas cosas, means all things, like all the things.
Costa Nostra. I got you.
That's Snarky, honey.
Um,
That's a whole different show.
But yeah, so either the bad guy or like if I can yell but safely, I don't want to injure my that's fun. Just
Right.
that kind of energy, whatever that is. So whatever character fits with that, just
Awesome.
whatever.
Awesome.
So Batman.
No, not
You will
Batman.
play Batman.
Absolutely not.
She would not. Couldn't get it.
Unless it was like if it was Batman but written a little bit differently than the way I have Batman in my head. Because the way that I have Batman in my head, it's like, dude, you are a billionaire and billionaires should not exist. So you need to be taxed until you're not a billionaire anymore, and your money should go to resources that support the community, like education, infrastructure, healthcare in all forms,
She about to
dental,
getting Batman.
mental.
Getting him. She got a
etc.
list. She said, Batman, give me your
Batman.
fucking money. I'm a fucking
So
distribute it for
Batman
you.
without the white privilege.
Mm-hmm.
That just makes him broke.
Mm-hmm. Broke man.
Broke
You
man.
wouldn't have to be broke though. Like the thing, that's a side story. Never mind. I'm gonna stop.
We'll end it, and then you can educate Delvin accordingly. Get him.
You know she is.
Oh yeah, it's coming. But yeah, you've got plenty of time. You got plenty of time to think about what character you want to play in the
You give me
working
like
title.
in our chat,
Mhm.
in our private message, just give me like little hints, like maybe 2 or 3 words of
About all the
like
choices.
little descriptors. Yeah, like
Okay.
just random words too. It's going to confuse me even more. I still
Okay.
won't be able to make a decision. but I think
I
this
got
would be
you.
a
I
fun
got
game.
you. I got you. I got you.
Bagel. Taco.
Bagel,
Taco.
Sandstorm.
Bagel, taco, sandstorm.
And sandstorm. So I'm on vacation
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
and I'm apparently at a place with a beach.
Mm-hmm.
And then in the morning I have a bagel and I trip over some seaweed that is somehow lodged in the sand and
I like it.
I fall
Mm-hmm.
and my bagel and my face end up in the sand. And then it was frustrating. But then later that day I said, you know what? I'm going to try it again. This time I have a taco. And I'm walking along the beach, and it's a wonderful, wonderful day. The sky is blue, clear, and there's no clouds. Everybody's having fun. It's not a crowded beach because I don't like crowded beaches.
Right.
This is a nice, chill beach.
Mm-hmm.
And then, I see something sticking out of the sand. So I see it this time. I avoid it, but when I'm avoiding it, I didn't see the other thing, and then I fall and trip again, and I end up in the sand, and that's it.
This is
Okay.
an amazing short story that I just feel like I just went on like a whole journey here. This is incredible.
Did you eat the bagel after it fell on the ground?
Oh shit.
No.
Disappointing.
No.
No 5-second rule. Wipe the
I
sand
mean,
off,
my
son.
face was in the sand, so I had to like get all the sand out my face, out my nostrils, out my eyes and stuff, and it was too long in the
That
sand.
adds flavor to the bagel.
You know what? You're right because it's at the beach, so there's salt, and
Yeah.
also with the seaweed, it's like it's a like Mediterranean everything bagel. You get like
Yeah,
a little.
I like it.
You're
little
right.
flavor. Little flavor.
Yeah, and the taste of sand is just it's very unique. So it's
Chat, do we agree that Delvin and Tara should co-host all the after shows now? That like we
No.
should just make this a thing now?
Sarah never wants to speak to me again after this.
Is that no, you don't want to co-host all the time with Delvin, or no, you don't want to co-host all the after
100
shows?
That's 100%
Um,
accurate.
I don't want to co-host all of the after shows. And no, I don't want to co-host all the time with Delvin.
Okay.
No, because Delvin. So
I feel like next time I gotta figure out a way to free up Dev's schedule and just bring Dev and Tara in here and just let that dynamic.
better.
play
we're
out.
going to argue about Among Us. We're not going to even talk about the show.
I know.
It's not we're going to argue.
Incredible.
We're going to
Ooh,
argue
incredible.
and fight.
Love that.
Can you imagine me, Delvin, and
Yes.
Dev?
Yes.
That would be so chaotic.
It'd be amazing.
Pretty accurate.
Yeah.
Yes.
It'd be incredible. Incredible. All right, everybody. Oh, wait, Matt's back. I feel like we have to chat more because Matt's back. Welcome back, Matt.
Welcome back, Matthew Dawson.
Welcome
I
back.
didn't have feedback. You guys weren't ending, were you?
No, not at all. We were just sitting here waiting for you.
Oh,
We didn't talk
you
for like
said this
30
whole
minutes.
time
Just waiting for you to get back. Just staring at each other at the screen. No
Just
conversation.
in complete silence.
Yeah.
In complete silence.
In complete silence. We needed to honor you. So
Well, I hope when I am gone someday, you all get together and just stare at each other blankly in complete silence for roughly 10 to 15 minutes.
Nah, that's too much time.
That's
Not 9. Is 9 minutes sufficient?
He gets about 5.
He gets about 5.
Damn.
About 5 minutes.
About 5.
About 5 minutes.
5 minutes.
Whatever honors me the most, that's fine.
Yeah, that's accurate.
That you're willing to do.
That's accurate. Yeah. Yeah. Well, so Matt, what do you want to see happen in this story? Because Matt's adorable, you guys. So Matt, tell everybody how you felt about the show after episode 1.
I mean, to be quite honest, I was not a huge fan of episode 1. I thought it was very dark. I thought it was a little hopeless, a little too hopeless for my taste. And then there's the thing. Episode 2, I got kind of on board with it because I liked Rhaegal. I liked the world building, the situations he was put in. And then episode 3 got into much more of the politics of everything. And then I think episode 4, we really dove into the sexiness. So we're starting to get all the puzzle pieces put together that I think are going to make the story really special. But yeah, from episode 1, I was like, this is a bit of a downer. This is like, Crystal Storm is going to make a Schindler's List audio drama next, and I was very nervous.
It's like it's gonna be
Well,
the
to be
one
fair-
show I can't listen to because I don't do sad stories. I don't do that.
See? To be fair, Schindler's List won like Oscars and stuff like that, so well, not
that
too
is
bad.
true.
Oh no, absolutely not diss at Schindler's List. Just not a fun time.
Right.
Not one you put
Right.
on to have a good time.
Right. So what I'm hearing, Matt, is that when you listen to a Tales show, you expect to have a good time.
Yeah, that's a pretty good
Okay.
expectation, I feel.
Fantastic. Okay, I like that. I like that. Everybody, go ahead. Go ahead, Tara.
I was just going to say he is sticking with the show. So that means he is having a good time. So I think that's a clue to people joining us. Like, hey, it is a good time at
Yep.
Tales.
Yeah. Yeah.
Or he's a masochist, which we also
Oh my
hear.
gosh.
Do you think, homie?
Right.
I don't kink shame, baby.
Wait, Devin. Okay, now I have to ask. Okay, serious question because you've listened to Tales After Dark.
Yes, I have.
And
I
now
was
you-
forced to.
Yes, you were, and now you've listened to this. Which sex
Yeah.
scene? Which sex scene is sexier?
The one without my friends in it. Can't answer that
This
question.
motherfucker.
The one, why not think about my friends having sex? That's the one.
He answered that so quick.
He
Yeah,
did. He
the
answered
one-
that so fast. So fast. Matt, which sex scene is sexier?
I think I got to re-listen to episode 4 of this
Okay.
to sink my teeth into it.
Giggity.
Vampire pun. Yeah, I will plead the fifth for now.
Mm.
Ask me at the next after show. I'll give you an answer.
Okay.
But also probably the ones without my friends in it.
Also
Yes.
the ones without your friends.
Delvin has a good point there.
Yes. I love Matthew to death. Don't want to hear him have sex.
Was it really that awkward?
Yes. Let's go for me.
Delvin, are you saying you don't want that video I was about to send you later?
Oh my
Absolutely
gosh.
not. Absolutely not.
I want you to send him a video of you like cleaning your house.
Right?
I don't even want that video.
Right, real. You got to do it like real sexy, like though, like them thirst traps on TikTok, you know?
Yes. I'm gonna put on the fit of the Mr. Clean guy.
Yes.
Make those really heavy grunty noises.
Right,
Yes.
while you're like Febrezing the counter, like yeah, do that.
Yes. Delvin, prepare your TM for later.
That will be a membership exclusive, by the way, of
Yes.
the Varwin thirst trap. We'll call it.
Prepare your DMs.
For a win after dark.
Yeah, Matt was all up for Barwin After Dark until I said that I was going to write him something, and then he was like, I don't know about that.
He really did.
I've never seen somebody back up so fast. I'm like, hold on, I'll write you a 5-minute sex scene. He was like, no, I'm good.
Yeah. See? Matthew. Watch what you say.
Matt.
Yeah. I just don't think there's a demand for it.
I'll put up a poll in the Discord tomorrow. We'll see.
Yes, she will.
There you go. Put up a poll.
I'll put up a poll.
And then after, if the poll comes out correct, and then we're forced to do it, of course, because we're slaves to the algorithm.
Yeah, we are.
Delvin has to be the after show host, because I do need to know that he 100% listened to it.
You know
and
what?
I need to look him in his eyes as we talk about it.
I will definitely co-host with Delvin on that one.
Oh my goodness.
I will do that.
Bro,
I love Delvin. I'll co-host with him. Not all the time, though.
Right.
Not all the time.
Right.
But for that particular show, I
You
will
make-
do everything that I can to make sure that my schedule is clear so that I can
Wow.
sit and listen and
I feel
laugh.
so loved.
That's gonna be incredible.
That's what love is.
Oh,
Delvin.
trust me, Delvin, you're going to feel very loved after that
Look
episode.
at that. And Matt's going to make it so. You thought it was awkward. You thought it was awkward before. Oh,
I can imagine.
listen. Matt's going to have all just like what he just said just there. He's going to do that times like a million. Just
great.
wait.
It's gonna be
Just
great.
wait.
It's what the fans need. I think that's really what's gonna. But you know what though? If we do that and that's the fucking first thing that gets 1 million downloads, we'll never hear the end of it from Matt, and I will just like I don't know, just yeet myself out a window. If that would be fucking hilarious. If I'm looking at all our shows and what the fuck? How just log in one day and like the Varwin sex scene has like 1 million downloads. You're just like, what
Yeah.
the fuck?
That's gonna do it. They're all winning.
You know, people said Back to the Future was a horrible idea.
Right. What do
Most
they
people
know?
were wrong.
They were wrong. They were wrong. Oh my goodness, Matt, where would you like to see this story go?
Post got clarity. I think we've.
He was serious about that.
Okay, that's it. So now you really want us to have another like full like 30-minute sex episode, and then you want Rhaegal to get back on target and go find out what's up in this cave.
Well, you guys really, they say there are no bad ideas in a brainstorm, but you guys really shot down my 30-minute pornography scene. So I'm going to backpedal on that a bit, maybe 15 minutes.
Okay.
And then he is just gasping for breath, and he's like, I forgot that I have to save people. And then he's like, all right, Alexa, listen up. You don't like your mom all that much.
No.
I like humans a lot. You seem to like humans enough.
Yeah.
Let's do something here.
He was a little overrated. Not gonna lie.
it's interesting that you think Rhaegal likes humans a lot. That's very interesting. I love it. Okay, cool. Okay.
I don't like the way you say that.
I don't know if he does.
It's
He might got
very
a little bit of that vampire. Like, nah, fuck these humans. And I'm like, hey, I don't blame you, homie.
interesting. It's very interesting. I like that. I like that. It's just fun as a writer to hear how people are like interpreting your characters. It's fun. I like it. I like it. Okay. Well, listen, there's nothing wrong with 30-minute sex scenes because we've done it and we're gonna do it again, obviously. But not really right for this show. Not really. Maybe we'll do like a membership only 30-minute sex scene at some point. If I'm not saying there's not gonna be another sex scene. I don't know how I'm gonna. It's got to be like, it's got to flow. It's got to be, we don't
2
do
hours.
Sure, we don't do.
A sex marathon.
Delvin, you're not even going to listen to it though.
Absolutely not.
Yeah.
If your friends are in it, you're not going to listen to it. But
Not even a little bit.
Oh my God.
I will put my phone. I will press play and mute my phone.
He's like,
You'll get the play.
right. He's like, I'm gonna make sure you get that download, but I'm not
You
listening.
get the download.
I'm not listening.
Well, I'm not hearing it.
That's
Delvin, you're gonna look me in the eyes and tell me you wouldn't listen to that?
No, absolutely not.
What if your friends were in it? What if it was 2 hours of not your friends? Like, what if like we got some of the newer VAs to do it?
I consider it. Maybe.
that's
See,
a
then,
yes.
Then they might become my friends. Then it's gonna be even more.
I know.
Yeah, like I didn't know you was this goddamn hot. Like, this just changes the dynamic of our relationship.
That's funny.
This is the best shit ever. Oh, cool. All right, so Tales After Dark is coming. It's coming. Yeah, according to our Discord poll about what people want to see, I definitely have to put out a Tales After Dark show ASAP, which was great. Thank everybody for voting in the poll. I apologize to everybody who's colorblind. I'm so sorry. I didn't realize you couldn't see the hearts. I'm so sorry. I'm working so hard on making things more accessible for people, and I was just like, well, fuck. I did not realize. So that's fine. I felt so bad. Thank you for calling. Thank you for letting me know, because I had no idea.
You're good.
Yeah. That's like a can't vote. I don't know what the colors mean.
I know. I was looking at them like, these are really cool, and I got to the hearts. I'm like, I do not know what any of these are. It's just all the same.
Yeah, that's how it happens.
Oh, that's great. That's fucking great. That's fucking great. All right. So, our release schedule, we're toying around a little bit. Tell your friends to come hang out more with us for the live listen parties, or to just jump in and grab a membership. So episode 5 will be up for members this weekend, because I'm actually almost finished with it. It's so exciting to be like ahead of the game. It's like incredible. I don't know what this feeling is. So episode 5 will be up for members. Keepers of the Tales this weekend. Podcast Network, you guys are like a week behind, so you should really come hang out with us at the live listen parties, because at least then you'll be like, I don't know, caught up. I'm just gonna put that out there.
Just saying.
I mean, you can wait if you want, but we all know we're in the instant gratification society, so like, why? You could just like get a membership or just come hang out with us during live listens. Like, that's all I'm saying.
You want to be caught up?
Right, just be caught
That's
up.
important.
Right, and then you can come
Caught up.
right and chat with us
Caught up.
next week, and we can have like deep debates about whether or not Alexa was right or wrong. I can't wait. I can't. Who should we get to host next week? Who should be our host for next week's episode? Throw some names. Matt, you want to do it?
Matthew Dawson.
Matthew Dawson, done.
There you go.
Who's Matthew's co-host?
No, I'm so sorry. I'm so scared. I can't handle that burden.
I was gonna give it to you too. I was gonna like, hell yeah, I'll let Matthew host. Absolutely.
I would rather have drunk Delvin than me.
Wow.
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 Actually goofy. This isn't alcohol. Just an idiot.
If no one else does it, then I'll consider doing it again if you need.
Okay, that's fantastic. Tara, is there someone that you would love for us to get as a host for the after show?
Get Matt and Delvin and Dev to do.
You know what? I think Dev's schedule's too busy, but I bet you we could maybe get JV.
There you go.
Oh yeah,
We could maybe get JV to get in here. So we'll see. We'll see about that.
I'd also recommend Adam Kornman, as I always do.
Adam would be an incredible host. Adam would be an incredible
agree.
host as well. Yeah.
Matt and Adam. I like it.
Yeah.
Delvin just volunteered you, Matt.
Mm-hmm.
Just
Yeah, right.
Mm-hmm.
yeah.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. You could do it. We believe in you, Matt. You could absolutely host an after show.
You can do it.
Do it. Yeah. All right. Come back next week for episode 5. Episode 5. We move from sex to violence. That makes me really happy. Ooh. Yeah. We're going from sex to violence to deep conversations and more revelations. So episode 5 is it's a pretty important episode. It's pretty.
You know what they call deep contemplations and revelations?
What do they call it?
A lot. Post-nut clarity.
I like it.
Okay, so that's. This is 1000% how we get our female audience. This is how we get it. This is it. This is it, right? This is how we draw them into tales right here with post-nut clarity. That's it. That's it. All right, you guys. We'll see you next week. Come join. If you don't want to wait, get yourself a Tales of the Forgotten membership. Do that right now. Go to talesoftheforgotten.com/membership. Tell all your friends. Get everybody in here. And listen. I'm going to hold up my phone again. I know y'all are listening on podcast networks. You're on Spotify. You're on Apple. I know you are. I love that you are. Do you see how Vampire it says no rating? It says no rating. But I know y'all are listening. So go rate it. Go rate right now on your phone. Get your phone out right now. You getting it? Okay, cool. And then just rate it and give it. Don't be like Delvin, who accidentally gave us like 4 stars once. Give us 5. 5.
Did
5 stars. Never gonna let Delvin live that. Delvin's name in my phone is 4-star Delvin. I just want everybody to know that.
Wow.
That's literally his name in my phone is 4-star Delvin.
That's terrible.
Oh man. Jeez.
Because he wrote like this amazing review of Legacy and then gave us 4 stars. It was fucking hilarious. 4 stars. This is fucking great.
I'll never live this down.
Never, ever, never, ever, ever. I will be 80 and I'll call you up and be like, you remember that time you gave me 4 stars?
She would literally do that.
Alfred, do you remember back in 2024? You gave me 4 fucking stars, and I never forgot that shit.
Never forgot it. Never forgot it.
That's how our man she would sound too.
Yeah.
100% just like that. No notes.
A+, no notes. All right, we're out of here. We'll see you next week, everybody. Goodbye. Bye.
Goodbye.